morning, Birmingham. It's Dixon and Vining on Talk 99.5 and Talk995.com. Also Talk 99.5 TV. YouTube.com. Just check out Real Talk 995 TV, and there we shall be. We appreciate you tuning in, no matter how you do it, whichever way you want to. We're big fans. So come on, get on board. It is 9:05. It is the 18th of December, 1 week from Christmas today. Rain and 60 today, 49 degrees tomorrow, but at least there's going to be sun. The day after, that would be Saturday. We're talking about partly cloudy skies and 60. 61 on Sunday. Chance of rain does return in the forecast, but I don't think it's going to be like today. This should actually be fading away sometime this afternoon, right? This rain, it's right now.
It looks like it.
Coming up from the south, and it will eventually dissipate and say bye-bye. That would be wonderful. You know, if you are dealing with rain and that soggy ground and you got a big old tree on your property and you're concerned about it possibly coming down, landing on your house, your neighbor's house, going across the road, taking down some power lines, all those are horror stories. This is why you need Alabama Tree Pros in your life. 308-4158. Put that number in your phone, 308-4158. Because you may not need it now, but you will eventually. And when you do, you want to be able to call Alabama Tree Pros, have them come by, get that tree taken down, get it ground up, the stump just gone, and then they'll cut the pieces up and haul it away for you. It's really amazing what they're able to do. And at a price that I found very reasonable, especially given what other people wanted to charge me for the very same job. Alabama Tree Pros, 308-4158, online at alabamatreepros.com. You're going to love your experience with these fast, expert, safe guys who know their stuff. alabamatreepros.com, the place to go, or on phone 308-4158. And now this.
It's Steve's turn.
So over the last couple of days while I've been off, we had a couple of fairly notable celebrity passings. Gil Gerard passed away. Officially, we found out about it yesterday. He passed away due to cancer at 82. Hate to hear that. Then, of course, the whole situation with Rob Reiner and his wife, apparently having been stabbed by their son. Good grief. And it led me to kind of floating around and looking for, different things to watch, and came across where ABC's 2020 did a 1-hour retrospective on Rob Reiner's life. And I'm like, okay, I like looking and finding out about people. And I found out some stuff kind of in his early life and how he wanted to make the transition, follow his dad into the world of acting. And then he decided, you know what, I'd really rather kind of be behind the scenes and start to direct. And you start to learn about all these different movies that he made and everything. And it was really very, very fascinating until they got to the last segment of the show. They went to the last commercial break, they come back, and they start talking about his politics. And they are just absolutely gushing about it. Now, if you know Rob Reiner, you know that Rob Reiner is very, very much to the left. He was very, very outspoken about that. And that's fine. If that's what you want to be, if that's the kind of person that you are, and that's what you believe, go for it. That's fine. It is the amount of gushing that ABC's 2020 crew did on this. Because if you think about it, they would do maybe a 1-hour retrospective on, say, Bruce Willis, if and when he passes. Well, he will pass away at some point in time. They could do a 1-hour retrospective. I guarantee you they won't spend an entire segment of that retrospective talking about his political views because he leans more to the conservative side. So why in the world did we spend 10 to 15 minutes talking about Rob Reiner's political things? It matters not at all. Period. End of sentence. And the fact, again, that there was just overly gushing about it just made it just, unfortunately, not as good of a documentary as it could have been about Rob Reiner. Just tell me about his life. Okay, tell me that he was, a supporter of liberal causes. That's fine. You don't need to spend that much time on it. Sorry, ABC. You didn't.
Yeah, I find it interesting that Reiner somehow... he didn't know any more about it than the average person. And I would venture to say that he knew less about politics than I do because... you and me and Valerie and everybody on this radio station, we study this stuff all day, every day, So Reiner was basically talking out his butt most of the time.
Sure.
That does not mean that he was not a great director. He absolutely was. I mean, he made some of my all-time favorite movies, including one that keeps getting left off the list, which is The Bucket List. Mm-hmm. I love The Bucket List. That is one of my favorite movies.
I forgot he did that, actually.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, he managed to get Morgan Freeman and Jack Nicholson together.
I know.
Even though he didn't direct it, he was responsible through Castle Rock Entertainment for Shawshank Redemption. Mm-hmm. Amazing. Castle Rock also put on Seinfeld. Jerry Seinfeld said, "I owe my entire TV career to this guy and the fact that they believed in us and made the show for us." So the guy was, he was brilliant in so many ways, but he was no more intelligent on politics than the average man on the street. So when he started talking about, how you should be doing this and you should be doing that, and it's like you are completely clueless. You are 100% clueless. I've noticed an awful lot of liberal talking points depend upon pretending that you don't understand what conservatives are saying, which is like, okay, well, if you're not going to admit that you know what we're talking about, then you just don't want to have any political discourse on this. You're not interested in talking about this. In other words, subsidies raise the cost of health insurance. The more you subsidize it, the more those premiums are going to go up. Oh, I don't know what you mean by that. Okay, well, then we can't discuss it because you're going to pretend you don't understand how that works.
Right.
That's just ridiculous. But yeah, so I don't understand why they decided to write a big gushing love letter to Rob Reiner either, except that they also are probably clueless about politics and consequently decided that, this was the guy that they were going to hang their hat on.
Well, and part of it, I think, too, guys, is this.
Yeah.
He just hated Trump. And so, once again, you have
Fine.
the left.
Yeah.
You have the left that's trying to blow up this whole political thing about Rob Reiner and talk about where he was viewpoint, because it gives them another opportunity to poke the bear, and that's Donald Trump, and to talk nasty about him.
Yeah, I mean,
and I think that was really part of it.
Again, he's entitled to his opinion. You want to be on the left side of the political aisle, that's fine. But to sit there and think about the vast majority of the body of work that Rob Reiner had, whether it was in front of or behind the camera, and you wasted 15 minutes talking about his politics,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you wasted the entire documentary at that point in time. You gave it a short shrift.
Yeah, I agree with you. And Valerie brings up a great point, because there are two different kinds of leftists. There are people who are honest to goodness Democrats who believe in the collective. They believe in high taxes. They believe in high government services. They believe in pretty serious regulation. And they honestly and earnestly believe that that is a better way to govern than the conservative side of things. Conservatives being, rugged individualism, every man for himself, less regulation, lower taxes, lower government services, fend for yourself, fend for each other, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. That's a real thumbnail sketch of the two sides, just to understand. But there's the left that I just described, and then there's the TDS, okay? And Rob Reiner was, yes, he
Riddled with it.
He was part of the original left that I was talking about, but he was so far down the TDS road. He was Rosie O'Donnell. He was Ellen DeGeneres. He was an absolute victim of the throes of Trump derangement syndrome. Like, he could not focus on anything other than that. And that's a problem. It really is kind of a mental illness. I heard a psychologist on some radio show talking about it not that long ago, saying, you'd be amazed the number of people that I see that are struggling, and every one of them's a liberal, by the way. Every one of them is a liberal, struggling with this Trump derangement syndrome, that they can't seem to let go of their hatred for this guy. I disliked a lot of what Bill Clinton did. I didn't dislike him personally. I disliked a lot of what Barack Obama did. I never went down the derangement syndrome road,
Like, what world are you living in that you allow him to occupy that much of your brain that it upsets you and it affects you in a way, Rosie O'Donnell, that you leave the country? And now you've got your psychiatrist is telling you you've got to let it go.
And she still can't.
Really think about that. How mentally unstable is Rosie O'Donnell if she can't let that go? Check out.
Yeah.
Turn it off.
Yeah.
Don't pay any attention. I don't understand why she's like over the top obsessed with Donald Trump.
You got a lot of money.
God,
You
you
can
do
check
whatever.
out anytime you want.
Go to a deserted island. Get away from all media and TV and the internet.
You'll be fine.
Just go.
Just let
Ay,
it go.
ay, ay, ay. Let it go. Right.
Honestly.
I mean, it's disturbing how obsessed she is.
Look, the guy is a unique personality, to be sure. He's loud and he's obnoxious, and I think a lot of people in the media are struggling with that as well, that they look at that as the face of America, and they say, well, that's just not who we are. It is largely who we are. It really is. Let's face it. There's a great episode of Ted Lasso where they're in Denmark to play a game, and he goes to an American cafe because he kind of missed American food. He'd been living in Great Britain for all this time, bangers and mash, and however you feel about British food, it's not as good as American food. That's just it. This Denmark cafe, the American cafe, they would bring him these massive trays. Here's your onion rings. It was just this huge pile. And this was serving for one, because that's the way they see us.
Yeah.
It is.
Because we are kind of that way. When you get right down to it, we talk about the Cheesecake Factory. They bring you just these huge plates of food. We're upset with Cracker Barrel because they made the portion smaller.
It was more about the logo, Richard, but whatever.
Hey, come on.
Don't you touch that logo.
What do you people think you're doing over there? But they're so deranged about Donald Trump that they're unable to separate the works from the man. And I just saw Scott Jennings the other day having to defend on CNN these people who are saying, well, they're picking up American citizens on the street and they're making them disappear. And he's like, that's not happening. Yeah, no, it is. They do. No, they don't. Show me one case where they picked up an American citizen and he vanished. You can't, because that doesn't exist. You're so far down the TDS road that you're making crap up about this. Or you hear somebody else say it and it sounds good, so you just repeat
Pile
it,
on.
whether it's true or not. It's insane. 916, I agree. And it didn't do his legacy any favors. In the same way it doesn't do Stephen King's legacy any favors. That this is something that they're going to be remembered for.
Right.
You know, that this is a big chunk of their life. It's like, really? You know, Stephen King, great best-selling author, scared the willies out of me with a few books.
Sure. And leave it at that.
Yeah.
Why in the world do you have to jump into the political arena and mess up that body of work?
You could say the
'Cause
same
it
thing.
changes. You
You
know?
can say the same thing about J.K. Rowling, by the way, as
Yeah,
well.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
unfortunately, she's going to be remembered for her political views at the end as well, even though they're aligned with ours. It's still like,
Just don't. Just do what you're doing well. I mean, don't think that the whole world is hanging on to your body of work because of your political views. Really, we'd like to not know what your political views are because you're entertaining us with a book or a movie or whatever it is that you
Exactly.
do.
Yeah.
Please.
Best
for
of
the
all
love.
possible worlds.
Just leave it alone.
Parent Structural Services, your foundation starts giving way. These are the guys you want to call. Even if you just think it's giving way, these are the guys you want to call. ParentSS.com on the web to take a look at what qualifies as some of the symptoms of your foundation letting you down. These guys have got all kinds of tools. They've got the helical pier system. They got slab jacking. They got grout pumping. They can get your foundation back on the up and up where it's supposed to be, and they'll make it happen for you. They're so good at what they do because they've got the experience and they've got the integrity. They're going to shoot you straight 100% of the time. That's why they can say, get a structural engineer so that, you know, back us up. We want to make sure that you're satisfied that what we're telling you is true. But with the experience, that's how they know what's wrong in a very brief inspection. They don't have to spend a lot of time at your house to know this is what's going on because they've been down every one of these roads a dozen times or more. ParentSS.com, 668-2626, Parent Structural Services. They're licensed, they're bonded, insured, they're E-Verify compliant too. 923, Dixon and Vining, Talk 99.5, Talk 99.5.com. We got a bit of a wet Thursday on our hands here, but things are going to clear up and chill out tomorrow with a high of only 49. Christmas Day looks nice, though.
Yeah, it looks beautiful.
Might be near 70.
Kind of on the warm side.
How about that?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Coolio.
I love it. It's this time of the year that maybe you're checking out gutters. You got family coming in town, and I've got to call Daniel because I've got a new home, and it doesn't have the gutter covers. I just discovered that up on the second floor of the house and looked down. I was like, oh, no, all my gutters have leaves in them. I need the assistance of Daniel. So I will be contacting him here very soon. When you need gutters repaired, you need new gutters, maybe some of the wood that is attached to your house, the soffit, the fascia's rotted, well, he can replace that and get that gutter back up on your house. It is important to have gutters, and so many of us want those gutter covers, and he does have those. So if your need is that you need gutters right now, maybe thinking of replacing them, call for a free estimate. Talk to Daniel, big Talk 99.5 fan. We love his work and what he does. His crew is fantastic, and he gives all Talk 99.5 listeners a 10% discount. So be sure when he comes to your house that you let him know that, and then let him give you a free estimate on the gutters and the gutter covers and get that project done. And if you need repair work, yes, he's there for you for that as well. And even cleans out gutters. So call him today, Noble Contractors. You can reach him at 422-3034, online, noblecontractorsala.com. And if you want to see some of his work, he posts pictures from time to time on Facebook, and it's there for you to check out as well. noblecontractorsala.com, or call him right now, 422-3034.
Shaney drops us this line. I'm really digging the YouTube feed. I've got you all on while I catch up on drawing art commissions for Christmas.
Thank you very much.
Well, Shaney, take a picture of one of your pictures and
send it to
and
us.
text it to us. We'd like to see it.
Yeah, what kind of work do you do?
We're art critics.
Mm-hmm.
We'd like to criticize your art. All right, maybe not be critical about it, but we'd like to see it anyway.
Sure.
Draw a picture of us, why don't you? Oh, no, you'd want us to pay you for that. Never mind. Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You has been dethroned off the top of the Billboard chart.
Wow, didn't see this one coming.
That's just a darn shame.
You know what I think this is? I'm going to blame Richard Dixon for this.
Why?
I think this is all your fault.
I don't think it is.
I think you have everything in the world to do with this.
All I Want for Christmas has topped the chart since its launch in September 2020. Talking about the chart, not the song itself, but topped the chart. This one particular Global 200 chart 19 times, 19 weeks.
That's impressive.
That's amazing. It's every Christmas it comes back around and it hits the top of that chart. Well, this year it was bested by, guess what? Wham's Last Christmas.
See, do y'all understand where I went with this and why I'm blaming Richard? It's Whamageddon that's done this. Everybody's playing Whamageddon. That's what's wrong.
Well, you think they'd be avoiding listening to it then?
You think they'd try to avoid playing it like I am.
But or they're doing like AJ and they're trying to wham everybody.
Well, that's true too.
Yeah, I hadn't thought about that. Taking
So I don't know.
negative nature.
But how about that?
Wham member Andrew Ridgeley said in a statement, "I'm delighted to learn that Wham's perennial Christmas favorite, Last Christmas, has secured the Billboard #2 spot this week." That's outside of the other chart that we were talking about. He added, "Thanks to everyone who's embraced the song as a little piece of their own Merry Christmas."
I bet he is, because he gets royalty checks.
Yeah. Interestingly, he had nothing to do with writing the song. That was something that George Michael did. He put Andrew Ridgeley's name on it so he would have something perennially, year in and year out, that it would, pay him. And it was, that's the kind of
quite
guy,
a gift, right?
Kind of guy George Michael was.
The gift that keeps on giving right there.
Absolutely. Every Christmas it gives a
Merry
whole
Christmas.
lot more.
Mm-hmm.
The Melania film is getting a trailer. People are getting to look at this. This is actually more of a documentary than anything.
It looks good. I saw the trailer yesterday, and I was like, I would like to go to the theater and see this.
104-minute film set to hit theaters globally on January the 30th of next year, appearing in theaters across North America, South America, Asia, Europe, Israel, and the UAE. Amazon will launch a documentary series in the coming months. The exclusive trailer obtained by Fox News opens with the First Lady walking into the U.S. Capitol Rotunda ahead of her husband's second inauguration. She looks to the camera in her now iconic inauguration outfit
and says,
"Here we go again."
And she says it beautifully.
Yeah.
There's a lot we don't know about Melania. I mean, we've seen the pictures, and she's beside the president in certain situations. I'm curious. I think, I hope they did a great job with this documentary because the trailers, that'll suck you in. You might end up at the theater seeing this.
The question that I have, the one that I really want to fill in, what are you doing with that guy? All right, billionaire. Never mind. That's it.
Even in the clip, they're on the telephone. You can hear her talking to President Trump, and he delivered some speech. He says, "Did you see my speech?" She said, "No, honey, I really didn't. I was busy doing something, something, something." And I was like, "That's hysterical." So that's part of the film as well as their relationship, and I think there's a lot of people curious about that too.
Absolutely.
How much time they really get to spend with one another, because they're both so busy, and he never sleeps.
Your Dolphins have been eliminated from the playoffs.
They're out.
And so Tua is going to be riding the pine for the rest of the season. They said, look, why don't we hold on to you? You seem to have a bad habit of getting concussions. Since we're not really playing for anything, we just kind of have to finish out the season. Why don't you sit over here on the bench? And we'll go ahead and grab somebody else in here and throw them in. And that is exactly what is going on. Tua Tagovailoa's season is over.
It's done.
He's still getting paid, though, which is nice.
$22 million, something like that.
Yeah.
Sure, I'll go sit on the bench.
Is there some way I could get that deal where you pay me a lot of money and I don't work?
Well, and it gives this other quarterback an opportunity to get in there and
sure.
Let's see what he can do, and when things don't, obviously matter that much.
Yeah, you got to have a little bit of warm up. You got to get a guy some actual snaps, So it's good that you get the opportunity to do that because Tua he's not getting any younger, man. He's 27 years old. And we see now that Jalen Hurts wasn't the magic bullet that we thought he was. The Eagles also eliminated from playoff contention.
And by the way,
they're struggling.
This news today, A.J. McCarron is the face of the new coach for the Birmingham Stallions.
Woo!
That's right.
Come
so
on,
now we
baby.
know maybe why he dumped out of the lieutenant.
There's no maybe about it. Home is especially nice when you have an Aqua Systems whole home system. See how I blended that in there? I'm a real professional. IRA Pro. Yes, indeedy. Aqua Systems can make your water so much purer, so much better, so much cleaner, even if you are on a well. I've been asked this once or twice. Do they do well water? Yes, they absolutely do well water. And we have a lot of listeners who live out there on dirt roads who are dealing with well water, and that well water ain't always great. You know, sometimes well water is fresh and clean and perfect and delicious, and it's exactly what you want. Most of the time, there's some chemicals that are seeping in from the ground. There is a lot of hardness in it because it's picking up, little tiny bits of stones and rock as it travels along. So sometimes you get rust in there. Aqua Systems says you have to run across a well that they couldn't beat, that they couldn't treat, that they couldn't get that water to where it needs to be, which is perfect, just the H, the 2, and the O. And then, of course, softening it so that it feels better, it looks better, it tastes better, it cleans better. Everything about your water will be better with Aqua Systems. Well water or no. 383-3999, the telephone number, 383-3999. Call them for a no-obligation consultation. They will show you why their water is better than yours. It's just that simple. They'll even test the stuff that's coming out of your refrigerator door that's supposedly filtered. They'll test the bottles of water that you have in your refrigerator that you bought from the store. You'll be amazed at why Aqua Systems water is better. They'll explain it all to you. Then they'll do this crazy thing where they leave and they wait for you to make up your mind. No pressure. I love it. Aqua Systems, 383-3999. IWantGreatWater.com. IWantGreatWater.com. Let's see here. Burger King fans are speculating on a menu drop that sounds awesome. We're not talking about a SpongeBob SquarePants meal. This would be the return of the frozen strawberry Fanta.
The return of? They had it before?
Apparently they did. Mm-hmm. No point
in
getting
this?
excited.
I guess I'm curious. Is there a way we can get this without going through Burger King?
No, I don't think you can.
Okay.
And it won't be frozen when you get it. It'll probably be warm.
It'll be running water.
If I know that,
it'll be warm, running strawberry water. We being mean. I guess that's mean.
Yes, we are.
All right, BK.
There's also an Ultimate Steakhouse Whopper that they're supposed to be coming out with, which apparently is better or different than a regular Whopper. I don't know. It's got onion rings on it. It's the onion rings that have that
mushrooms
weird film.
and bacon. And
somebody did something like that.
Peppercorn.
Was it Arby's?
I think Arby's did something similar to this, yes.
Okay, because I thought I'd heard of that before, but I didn't think it was Burger King.
Then they're throwing out a warm fried apple pie. Sweet, golden, fried, warm, and flaky. Man, that's got to be better than the McDonald's one that they're now doing in the oven. The fried one that had the molten center.
It would burn the roof of your mouth every time.
Everything tasted like rubber for a week. That was great.
Mission accomplished.
I miss those
says
days.
McDonald's.
Yeah, boy. PepsiCo is already beginning its $4 billion purge. 20% of the products are going to be gone for good, and prices will be cut nationwide. Now, when you hear about 20% of the products leaving, you say, well, what exactly does that mean? I was unaware of this. There are like 16 sizes of Gatorade.
I could see that.
You've got a whole bunch of different flavors, obviously, and they might jettison a couple of those flavors that aren't really selling. Anybody who doesn't know this is not really in the business world, but the 80-20 rule is almost impossible to defeat. It is hard and fast. 80% of your sales comes from 20% of your product, and you can reduce it. We're only going to sell that 20%, and you know what's going to happen? 80% of your sales will come from 20% of that product. It is immutable, and it's strange, but it's just the reality of the situation. So they're going to be tossing and jettisoning some of the stuff that is not really selling as well, some of the flavors. Of course, there's going to be people upset. That was my favorite flavor. Okay, calm down.
Yeah, that's
You'll
that
be okay.
Small percentage.
But also doing away with like an entire size of a Gatorade bottle, I guess I don't really, because I don't drink this stuff, I don't know. But if you look at it in the convenience store, there's small bottles, there's medium-sized bottles, there's slightly larger bottles, there's big bottles that have lots of servings in them. There's the powder. There's powder that comes in tubes. There's powder that comes in a tin. They're like, we could get rid of some of these. We could just lose some of these, and then we could cut the price because we wouldn't have to manufacture so much stuff and it wouldn't cost us. Okay, all right. I
Makes
like
sense,
that.
yeah.
I get it. I
Sometimes
see
you
where
have to
you're
do
going with
that. It's kind of like having too many services, streaming services.
Yeah.
You got this service, and you realize, am I using any of these? No. Let's pare it down. We're not going to get rid of all of them, but let's pare it down.
Revisit, resize, figure out what you can do without. And so they are in the process of doing exactly that. However, they're still going to throw a couple of new flavors of like chips out there. And you go, all right, well, you're moving in the wrong direction. What are you doing? Factories are shutting down, though. They're going to be closing up some factories, the ones that make the stuff that they're not going to be dealing with anymore, kicking those out. I just think it's imperative that we get the price of a bag of chips down under $7.
Yeah, you can't go from $2.79 or even $3.25, and then all of a sudden you're up to $7+
It's crazy.
There was, and I understand price increase, but that's something's really wrong with that.
Yeah.
And I know that's maybe in our crawl more than others, but every time I go down that chip aisle, I'm like, nope, not till there's a buy one get one free or something.
I thought
can't do this.
I thought $4.59 was high. I mean, when they were
It
charging
is,
$4.59 for a
yeah.
bag of Doritos, I was like, this seems almost
High.
$5 for this. Like, what happened? These used to be closer to $3, and then suddenly it takes this leap, and it's in the $6 realm, and then suddenly it's in the $7 realm, and you're like, what the hell is going on? I can live without name brand snacks now. Thanks,
sure can.
but no thanks.
I sure can.
Mm.
And I have been. I'm like, nope.
As we discussed, I think Steve may have been gone when this happened because it happened earlier this week, I believe. But you know how Taco Bell was famous for constantly coming out with new items? Last year we were keeping track, and it was like they come up with at least one new item every month last week or every week or something like that. So they were churning them out pretty good. This year was the year of let's bring back a favorite. And the quesarito is now returning.
Quesarito.
All right, then.
That's a quesadilla that is used as a wrapping for a burrito.
Okay.
It's a cheese quesadilla. I would think if they could put some chicken in there and then wrap it like a burrito, put something inside of it and roll it up, and now you've really. And then if they could just coat the whole thing and deep fry it.
Put some butter on top.
Oh man!
Crumble some bacon on there.
Pour a little
too.
cheese over that.
Everything you can think of that's bad for you. Just
Then
throw it all in there.
put it on a
more sour
bun.
cream.
Yeah, because,
please.
Taco
More
Bell is the place
cheese.
that you go for health food.
That's true. This comeback also revives the legendary 2014 moment when a quesarito ad accidentally overshadowed Nikola Jokic's NBA draft pick.
Oops. I think he's okay.
I think he survived. Yeah. Well, I'm looking at a picture of this quesarito, and now I want one.
It looks pretty good. They cut it in half
Yeah.
and put it together and then got the camera like on top of and I'm like, oh, that looks like lusciousness there.
Is that in stores
really
now,
good.
or are we waiting for a day?
No.
I don't know. I didn't get
I
that
told
far in
Richard
the
that
article.
I blame him. I'm gaining weight this month, and it's all because of him. Every time we talk about something, I'm like, "Ooh, I better have some of that before January rolls around, and we got to cut all this out."
It's back as of today, Steve. Today's the day.
Oh, okay.
Quesarito.
Congratulations.
Well, there you go.
Run
You
right
want
out
one?
and grab yourself one.
It's available for you right now.
I have here forgotten condiments from the 1970s that don't even sound real anymore.
Okay.
Cane syrup. You ever used cane syrup?
No,
I have.
like
I
they're
don't
putting in the
remember it.
Coca-Cola, that kind of cane.
No, that would
Different
be cane
cane.
sugar.
Yeah,
This
but
is
syrup.
cane
This
syrup. Yeah.
tastes like syrup, but it's got the same cane sugar in it.
Alaga makes a pretty good cane syrup. Cairo syrup is a
Cairo,
cane
yes.
syrup. Okay.
I know that.
People use
yeah.
that a lot.
They make dark and they make light, and you can actually put that on pancakes. I found that out one day when I had pancakes and I had no regular maple syrup. I was
Right.
like, I got cane syrup. It was actually pretty good. Really sweet. Salad cream.
Excuse you?
What exactly is salad cream? It's a British condiment which is a lighter, tangier, and less fatty alternative to mayonnaise. Southern pepper sauce. You ever see on the table of a restaurant, there'll be that clear sauce that has peppers in it?
Yes.
And you're just
Yeah.
supposed to shake? That's what that is.
Okay.
Basically, it's vinegar loaded with peppers, and then they just put it in a shaker bottle, let it sit there. Durkee sauce. I remember this.
Like turkey sauce, like
Durkee-
gravy?
No.
No, not turkey.
I
Durkee.
want to say I
Turkey,
remember
turkey?
that.
Creamy, mustard-forward sandwich sauce produced by Durkee Famous Foods, a brand best known for spices and seasoning blends. You just slap that condiment onto your sandwich. Mint jelly.
No.
I still see mint jelly out every once in a while.
Serve that with lamb. The spelling of ketchup, catsup. Nobody does that anymore.
No, thank God.
Chocolate gravy. Tried it once, didn't care for it.
Depends upon, I guess, maybe what you're putting it on.
I had it on biscuits.
No good?
Struck me as weird.
Pancakes?
I don't know. I never tried that.
Might be good.
Might have been better. Piccalilli. What is that?
Like
Yeah, what is
Piccadilly's sauce?
It's a chunky British European relish made with mustard, turmeric, and various pickled vegetables.
That doesn't sound
Various
very good.
pickled vegetables.
I think
Yeah.
I'll pass.
Sounds
All right.
horrific, doesn't it? Anchorette. Term likely refers to a commercial anchovy paste or a highly concentrated fish sauce base. Oh,
no,
yeah.
no, no.
Can we go back to the previous one?
No.
Count me in.
Ye-
Anchorette.
I'm going to go back to the Piccadilly one.
Currant jelly.
As opposed to past jelly?
Yes, exactly. Similar to mint
Similar.
jelly, this fruit jelly was traditionally paired with richer game meats and lamb. Yeah, I've had currant jelly before.
I'm going to be waiting for the ghost of Jelly Future.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Lowry's marinade sauce. You remember these?
These look, yeah, I
used to
remember
have
them.
them.
Remember
Yum.
those, yeah.
Those are good.
They were
Teriyaki
everywhere,
and
man.
Steak and Chop and Signature Steakhouse. Yeah, that's good stuff.
Cheese Whiz pimento.
What?
This would go right with a Chick-fil-A
Chick-fil-A
sandwich.
sandwich.
I think. Yeah, get some cheese
Yeah.
whiz.
If
Exactly.
they could get that right.
So, pimento cheese flavored cheese whiz?
Yeah, basically, it's
Oh,
just
okay.
got cheese
Isn't
whiz
very
with
good.
pimentos in it, I think, French dressing, Kraft and Wishbone version. I love that.
I like French dressing.
Smucker's apple butter.
Yeah.
Steve's wife made some apple butter a couple of years ago. It was great.
Oh, yeah.
Open pit barbecue sauce. God, I remember this stuff.
I do too.
This was the gold standard. We now have so many barbecue sauces on the shelf.
Oh yeah, it's like going down the Oreo aisle or the cereal aisle.
It's insane. Everybody and their brother makes a barbecue sauce now, but there was a time when it was like Kraft, Open Pit. Oh gosh, there was one other. I can't think of the name of it. I can picture the bottle, but I can't think of the name of it. That was about it. There were like 3, maybe 4 barbecue sauces commercially available on the market. Oh well. Peter Pan peanut spread. I still buy that.
Occasionally,
Seven Seas Viva Italian dressing.
yes.
A popular, heavily seasoned Italian-style dressing sold in a distinctive shaker-friendly bottle. Yes.
You know, I use the Italian dressing a lot to just marinate like chicken.
Me too.
Pour it in
All the
a
Yeah.
Ziploc bag with your chicken and let it marinate for a little while.
This shaker top bottle was a carafe shape,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
yeah.
Remember
I
that?
seem to remember that, yeah.
Hellman's sandwich spread, not quite mayonnaise, pickles and seasoning thrown in
It's like their
as well.
Miracle Whip sort of thing.
kinda-
Kind of, yeah.
Odd.
Wishbone Russian dressing, still love it.
Yes.
Still love
Yeah,
that.
I still, every once in a while.
Same with Kraft Catalina dressing.
I don't care
I
for the
love
blue
Catalina.
cheese, the
Oh,
Kraft blue cheese
no,
in
me
the
neither.
bottle. No.
Miracle Whip Light.
Yeah, for something.
I think it's
don't
still
know.
out there.
Still out there?
I think it's still out there.
I thought it was.
Bacon flavored salad dressing. That was hot for a minute. I ran across some fat free ranch with bacon in it, and I was like, this is like a
miracle.
Have you
Best
been,
of all worlds.
were you reading my diary? How did you know that this is what I wanted? And then it disappeared. It just vanished. Like I must have been the only person buying it. Heinz horseradish sauce. Yeah. I use that. I have a couple of bottles of horseradish sauce because I'm trying to go for the horsey sauce, from Arby's. I love
I
the
think
horsey
you
sauce
can-
from Arby's.
Do they not already have that out?
I haven't seen it.
They need to. Arby's should do
I
that,
would
just like
agree.
Chick-fil-A does their sauce in a bottle. Arby's should do that.
And Wendy's is bringing back their sweet and sour sauce after less than a year of it being gone.
That's what you get for taking it off the menu.
Why would they remove it? Sweet and sour sauce is the best thing to put on nuggets, in my opinion. It's my favorite. I think Chick-fil-A calls it Polynesian sauce.
Polynesian.
Is that not right?
Close.
Something of that ilk. 9:49 with Dixon and Vining. We will take a quick look at the Dixon and Vining question of the day, and your text coming up next. 9:54. Dixon and Vining, Talk 99.5, talk995.com. We make it feel like Christmas here every day. Every day. Well, all right. Maybe it's the
Some
calendar
days.
that makes it feel like Christmas.
Yeah.
I could be wrong about that. Let's take a look at Dixon and Vining, Talk 99.5, talk995.com. Let's take a look at some of the texts we received. This one from Shaney. He sent along some of his artwork. Man, Shaney's really good. Fantastic. Specializes in pen and ink, pencil, and watercolors. Watercolors is very, very difficult to do. I never had any luck with it whatsoever, but Shaney's probably a master. Also like the Fragile box. He sends along a picture of the Fragile box from...
Must be Italian.
The Christmas Story. Let me see. Chris, talking about backup quarterbacks and how maybe Alabama needs to look at theirs because Ty Simpson ain't doing such a good job. Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Corey says, referring back to the Hour 1 story of the naked woman in the Dollar General freezer, it was probably a case of paradoxical undressing. This commonly occurs when a person is suffering hypothermia, as the name implies. The person begins shedding clothes even though they are literally freezing to death. Yeah, that would make sense. Cairo syrup is good for one thing, making divinity, says Lee or Nancy. Sean correctly names the third barbecue sauce that I could not remember, KC Masterpiece.
Yeah, that was good.
That was all over grocery stores. All over grocery stores. Several people telling me I can buy Arby's horsey sauce at Walmart. Believe me, I shop at Walmart. If I found it, I would own it already.
Yeah, just go
Apparently
look for
not
it.
your
You're
Walmart.
probably not looking for it, though.
No, of course I am.
You are?
That's exactly what I'm looking for.
Well, we'll get you some.
All right, please do. Mm-hmm. I do have a couple of bottles of horsey-like sauce
Right.
at my house.
But you have Arby's
which
horsey
is
sauce.
fine. I don't have Arby's horsey
That's
sauce.
special.
I want some. Let's see. I remember Cairo. Great on homemade biscuits. Yes, biscuits and syrup was a pretty common thing. Happened all the time. By the way, Cheap Trick felt the need to put out a statement saying that they are, in fact, going to play at the Kennedy Center Honors, paying tribute to Kiss, Art, and other artists. But that's the only reason. They wanted to make sure everybody understood. We don't like Trump any more than you do, but Kiss asked us to play.
Once again,
so
did you feel it necessary to put that last little bit in? Just leave it. Let it sit
for
there.
no other
For
reason.
no other reason.
Yeah, it is kind of sad, isn't it?
It's terrible.
Oh, well.
What's the matter with people?
9:56, and it's time for this thing here.
Dixon and Vining's question of the day.
What is the best Christmas song ever recorded? Best Christmas song ever recorded, Steve West.
Traditional, I am an Oh Holy Night person,
Okay.
especially the version that I play, which is Martina McBride.
Love that one.
Of the newer ones, I kind of waffle back and forth between either Billy Squier or Bryan Adams.
All righty. I like them both. What do you got, Valerie?
My favorite is "O Come All Ye Faithful," and I really like Celine Dion's version. It's kind of my favorite.
Whitney Houston's version of Joy to the World is a rocker. I mean, she really tears it up. I love it. But then one that's it's not even really a Christmas song, but it's played around Christmas a lot. And that is Song for a Winter's Night. And it is one of my favorite songs. It was written by Gordon Lightfoot, but the version I'm thinking of was done by, who's the chick who did the Arms of the Angel song?
In the
Sarah
Sheryl Crow?
McLachlan?
Oh, Sarah McLachlan. that's
Sarah
it.
McLachlan,
Yeah,
exactly,
Sarah,
yeah. She's
not
got a
Cheryl.
great version of Song for a Winter's Night that I adore, but it's not really technically a
Yeah,
Christmas song.
they ruined that. I shouldn't say that. I just every time I hear the song now, I'm like, "That's that commercial." No,
Oh, the puppy dog eye staring at you.
No.
I force my dogs to watch those commercials. You said you look at the, you see, you could end up like that.
You have no idea how lucky you have it.
Santa Baby by Eartha Kitt, says Cherry. I'm getting nothing for Christmas. Got to be right up there, says Jimbo. White Christmas, Bing Crosby, great one. Anything Nat King Cole sings, Hell's Bells, or is it Jingle Bells? I mix those up sometimes.
One of the two.
Rick says White Christmas. Kyle says Oh Holy Night. Bing Crosby's Oh Holy Nights. Silver Bells, says Brent. Silent Night, says James. A Fairy Tale of New York by the Pogues. Big fave. Merry Christmas from the Family, Robert Earl Keen. Backdoor said, they call me Backdoor Santa. I make my runs about to break a day. James says, really hard to pick just one. What Child Is This by Vince Guaraldi. O Come Emmanuel by Chasing Furies. Stille Nacht in Auf Deutsch. I love Christmas music, so there are a lot of 10s in my estimation. Joe says he likes Dixon's non-cartoonish version of Chipmunk's Christmas song. I recorded that on Facebook a couple of years ago, and I'm still hearing about it. Let's see. Wish You Were Here, Pink Floyd. Don't Judge. Okay. Do You Hear What I Hear by Whitney Houston. Christmas in Dixie by Alabama. Last Christmas by Wham. Santa Bring Your Elves, sung by the Oak Ridge Boys. Carol of the Bells by Mannheim Steamroller. The Christmas Song by Home Free. Blue Christmas by Jim Reeves. This Christmas, Darlene Love. Good stuff all around. Thanks to everybody who participated. We appreciate you. We're going to come back and do this again tomorrow, dark and early at 6 a.m.
Yep. Y'all have a great afternoon.
Dixon Dividing Talk 99.5. Bye now.